Hi guys, it's Steffi from the Novelty Corner. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to my first Bookish Friends Choose My TBR video for 2020. If you watched my 2020 plans video, which I'll leave linked on the screen, you will have heard me talk about how every month this year I'm going to have one of my friends from the Bookish community choose my TBR. They're going to choose anywhere between 3 and 4 books, or sometimes a few more than that, which is totally fine, for me to read, and I'm going to read them in that week, and then I'm going to talk about them in my next week's Books Beside My Bed wrap-up video. I thought this would be a fun way to read some books potentially that I wouldn't pick up otherwise, or even there's a few months where people have picked books for me to reread, which again, totally fine with. It's really not all that complicated because I'm not setting any rules or things that I can't read that people would like to recommend. I've literally just asked people to choose books that they really enjoy that they would like me to read. That's all there is to it. I think that is a really simple way to do it because simple makes my life easier, and I'm really looking forward to it. This is going to take place roughly every 3rd week in the month. That may change depending on things that are going on. If there are any other challenges, I'll see if I can fit them in, but you know, for the most part, 3 to 4 books, week 3 of the month, and that's all there is to it. The first friend of mine to choose my TBR for January is Meg from Tome Infinity. I will leave a link to her channel down below. She has chosen 4 books for me to read. One which was already on my TBR for January, which was fantastic because it just gave me an extra reason and push to read it. Another that has been on my Kindle for a long time that I have wanted to read but just haven't had an excuse to pick it up with everything else that I've been reading, and also 2 graphic novels that I've heard a lot about and I'm very excited to read. The first book that Meg chose for me is The Calculating Stars by Mary Robinette Kowal. I don't know too much about this. I've heard lots of people talk about it, but I have a memory like a sieve if I haven't read something. I know it has something to do with women working within the space program in, I think, the 1950s. This is one that I'm very excited to pick up because I love reading books about women in science and in the space program, and I can't wait. The second book that Meg chose for me is Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel. I have heard different things about this book from different people, so I'm very curious to see where I sit on this story. It will probably be the first one I pick up because I think it's going to take me a little while to get into the story and to read it, so I want to make sure I read this at the start of the week. But I am very curious to see how I feel about it. I know that this is a dystopian book. It's set after something has happened. It follows a troupe of performers, and that is about all I know about it. So we will see. The next 2 books are actually graphic novels. I know of them in name only. I don't know what they're about. So this will be a really great opportunity to actually find out. The first graphic novel that she chose for me was Descender by Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen. This is volume 1, Tin Stars. It has gorgeous artwork, I can already tell just from looking at it. And this one is very science fiction-y, and that's all I know about it. So I'll be going into this completely blind. Finally, she also chose Monstrous volume 1, which is called Awakening, and this is by Marjorie Liu and Sana Takeda. I know this one only because I know it has gorgeous artwork and a lot of people have enjoyed it, and I'm very excited to see what this is actually about. So that is my first Bookish Friends Choose My TBR video. In the comments below, let me know if you have read any of these books or graphic novels. I'm really looking forward to reading them and then talking about them in my next week's wrap-up. There will probably also be other books in my wrap-up. I'm prioritizing these ones, but I am on holidays, so I have more time to read. And I am prioritizing reading time while I'm on holidays because the year's going to be crazy. I'm very much looking forward to continuing this series. I've already got 3 complete lists of books to read, so January, Feb and March are already planned out, and I've got a few other people who have said that they will send me some lists of books to read, and then I'm going to be approaching a few other friends in the bookish community because I'm really excited about this little project. I think this will force me to read a few different books that I may not pick up, and I love that. I hope that wherever you are in the world, you are having a wonderful day, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye guys.